Okay, welcome to the third part, and now I'm gonna show you how to put in primers. So this is the shells, the ones that we have been working on, and we have both the both them decapped from spent primers and neck expanded, and now we're gonna have to put primers in. So to do that, we're gonna use a manual hand priming tool. This one is from Hornady. It uses a shell holder here, so be sure that you have the correct shell holder, and I advise you, you're gonna get one of these with each die set from Hornady, but I advise you to get a second one because you don't want to have it up here and there. So these are the primers we're gonna be using. They're Murom, they're Russian made. These days they're hard to find any primers. These primers have proven to be very good. And what we want to do is to simply put it in a tray. Simply take it apart like this, and be careful. I'd rather do this upside down and then simply turn it like this. And once they're here, you can squeeze this handle, so this thing goes up, so you can do this. And when you do this enough time, they will simply fall into place, into their natural place. It happens because they have one little rounded bit down there, and the other side, you see the reverse side is a bit rounded, and the side is pointy. So the pointy side will be naturally turned, and the rounded side will go in its natural place. Now let's put them a bit here just to hasten the process. Okay, so now we're gonna anything that's stuck near the sides will mess up with your little lid. So this is what you do. Oops, sorry. And right here. So what you want to do is simply do this, and they will tend to fall here. Be sure to check every one of them so they're correctly oriented. I know it seems time consuming, but this is something that you need to do in order to avoid potential accidents. So what you want to do now is simply take a shell, and this will go up, and you will squeeze it and it will go into place. So insert the shell into the shell holder, the cartridge, and simply squeeze this, and it will go right up. Since we're doing revolver rounds, be sure to check it for how much is it in. Notice that this one didn't go in perfectly. It's still bulging a bit, you see. This might be a problem for revolvers, since there's very little space between the cylinder and the frame. And if this happens to you, well, first, how to check whether it happens. You have this is a natural shell, so where the primer sits in deeply, and this one doesn't. See the difference? You can see it by putting them down there and simply giving it a bit of a spin. You see how the one that is unnatural tends to wobble, and the one that is natural tends to stay still. So this one is the good one, and this one is the lousy one. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna get a little piece like this. It's actually a piece of a screw. So I just cut the bit off, and I insert it over the shell holder. It takes a bit of effort, but not too much. So it goes like this. Let's squeeze it in a bit. Okay. What you'll have to do is it will lower a bit the shell holder, and this little primer placer will go up. So in essence, when you do this, you'll now put in a new shell. Be sure not to put the old one, and be sure that there's a primer here. You put it in and then you squeeze. Notice that you probably won't get the click as by design you would get from Hornady hand loader, but it will stay in place, and you can do the little test. You can put it and it doesn't wobble. Just for comparison, this one is the one that wobbles. You can always have one that doesn't that wobbles by hand, just to check it until you make sure that you have the exact measures. You see, this one is the one protruding. Okay, so you can also use this once you have it to correct all the ones that are misplaced, but be sure that there is no primer here, and put it in. And now just gently go up. You'll get a feeling, it's just a bit of squeeze that's required. And now the one that was wobbling before stops wobbling. So this is how you fix it.